Ayo, back at it again, doing me, peace and love reflections. We here for another beautiful, mindful, motivational, money making Monday here on Stereo. Welcome to Soulful Tunes, where we're going to talk about pressure and push through. The topic here today is the awareness of the amount of pressure that you can take. Peace be upon all y'all. My name is JoJo, also known as the Master of Manifestations and Gizero, folks, depending on the platform you are on. To find out more about who I am and what I stand for, check out the link here above my head or go to my stereo profile and click the link there. From there, you'll be able to follow me on all my social media platforms and things that you don't even know exist. Or if you do, go and follow me, share, like, and subscribe, whichever one it may be. But join me on this quest to being the best that I possibly can be as I help others bring awareness to how they can be the best that they possibly can be by just being themselves and their true existence and their true understanding. So today we got the topic, and the topic is the awareness of the amount of pressure that you can take. I'm not sure if any of y'all have heard this saying, but most of you have. When it comes to, they say, if you put some dirt under enough pressure, it turns into a diamond. But nobody ever talk about how much pressure that it actually needs to be done in order to reach that diamond phase. What is the process in the in between from being just grains of soil to an actual hard diamond? They never talk about if you put more pressure beyond that of a diamond, what it turns into. They always stop at the diamond phase. Why? Because there's limits to the amount of pressure that can be given to certain elements before they what no longer can be of any count. How does this reflect with humans? A lot of you humans don't know how much pressure you can possibly take. Peace be upon you, Sister Chocolate. Glad you could be here today for this mindful, motivational, soulful tunes day.
Peace, indeed. I'm glad to be here as well. And this is an interesting topic.
Indeed, it is. I've been coming to the understanding as we've been having these topics in 2024. It's been a process, and if you've been tuning in or you catch the replays or you just want to find out what we've been talking about in the past, you'll start to see there's a trend in what I'm saying and why I'm saying the things and why the topics is what I choose them to be on Soulful Tunes. Is because there's a building that's happening. Each topic I pick is an increase to the next level of being your best self. um, Last week we were talking about, let me make sure, last week we was talking about detachment and acceptance. The week before that we was talking about cleansing and new growth. The week before that we was increasing the mindset. And if you just keep scrolling through my soulful tunes on my stereo account, you can research and see for yourself how you could go from having deep thoughts and reflecting to understanding the way you think, to increasing the way you think through your mindset, and then bringing yourself to a cleansing and new growth phase. Because after you increase your mindset, you're going to realize that some of the things you have is going to need to be let go or grown. And that's what brings us to the next one, detachment and acceptance. And today we talking about pressure and pushing through. A lot of y'all can't handle pressure. And it's not so much that it's to say you can't be pressured to do something or you can't press yourself to get something done. It's really saying that the amount of pressure that you can take is limited, isn't much. You can press yourself into oppression, you can press yourself into depression, you can press yourself into being, you can crush yourself with so much pressure, you can press yourself into being that diamond, right? How much pressure does it take for you to get there? It could take 2 days worth of pressure for me, but take 2 years of pressure for somebody else. Your job could be putting the pressure on you to do better at work by hiring people that make you look bad, or by putting you in a position that you gotta push yourself to get the money. You gotta push yourself to be the best. You gotta push yourself every day by waking up, going to sleep, and doing it over and over again when you're not used to it. You gotta push yourself. And that show you your limits. My limits. Well, I'm just gonna talk about things y'all can understand. Working a 9 to 5. I personally don't like the pressure of working a 9 to 5. The pressure of waking up during somebody else's wants and desires. That means being on time. You want me to clock in at 7? That's too much pressure. Because what if something else happened? What if the Lord don't want me to do that today? You want me to defy the Lord? And it's too much pressure. So I don't want to do that. Pressure when I get to work. I gotta follow these rules. What if those rules need this? What if I gotta do this? What, you see what I'm saying? It's too much pressure. I don't like that type of pressure. And that leads us to the next one, types of pressure. See, there's amount of pressure you can take, types of pressure you can take. Like I can take a client telling me, Jojo, I need you to be done with this in a week. This is what I'm hiring you for. This is the amount of money I'm gonna give you, and I need it done in a week. I can handle that pressure, yo, because it's on my own understanding. It's pressure that I have control over. You see what I'm saying? But if somebody was like, yo, screw the week. This is how I want you to do it. This is what I want you to do. I'm gonna pay you this amount. Have it done right now, my way, no other way. That's too much pressure because I'm not you and you not me. So how I do things ain't gonna be how you do things, and not allow me to do the things I want to do how I want to do it. It's gonna be too much pressure on me. But if I'm open to do it my way, the pressure is not so extensive, even though the time frame is the same, the money the same. You know what I'm saying? It's just different types of pressure. A lot of y'all not aware of the amount of pressure you can take, and you'll be in relationships with people, and they putting the pressure on you. They looking to seek marriage. That means they looking to seek you cleaning the house. They looking for you to have 5 or 6 kids. They looking for you to maintain the finances. They looking for you to maintain your looks, maintain clean, and maintain the finances, maintain the children, maintain the mental state of them, maintain the, you see what I'm saying? Maintain everything. And you like, yo, that's a lot of pressure for one person. Well, that's the type of diamond they looking for. That's why y'all get rings that's diamond rings, because it stands for you made it through this type of pressure. But not a lot of y'all not putting the pressure on. Y'all getting cheap diamonds. That's why a lot of y'all buying these cheap diamond rings. It's a reflection. We can go deeper into these reflections of them diamond rings, and this is why women get mad that the man don't give them a diamond ring worth what the woman thinks she is because she doesn't understand the amount and the type of pressure that he put her under, that showed her this is all you worth. And he might be like, and she, no, she might be like, man, he can't afford a good ring. It's not that he can't afford it. It was just the pressure he gave you, and the products that you, and the results that you gave to him. This is all he could pull out. For instance, if I was into marriage and stuff like that, the pressure that I put on to somebody to even want to give me the ring is already too much for most can handle. It's like she expects you to not do a lot, but to do everything. Because if she asks you to do something, she expects you to know how to do it. She not gonna ask you all the time. She not gonna ask you to do anything. Most of the time, she gonna let you just chill and be you. Good majority of the time. But it's when she asks you to do something, you say, "Nah, I can't. I don't want to." The question of what you mean? I ain't bothered you this whole time. The pressure is there for you to know what it is that she need and always have it done. Me, I'm different. I'm always doing something. I always had an answer. So the amount of pressure I got is always having an answer to shit. I might not have to do it, but I always gotta have an answer. Now, if the pressure was put on me to always be having the answer, always cleaning, always doing stuff, I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna have an expensive ring in the end, because like I always remain my best. But a lot of y'all be like, I clean the house, but you half-ass clean. I watch the kids, but you always send them to school to practice, to all these places that's not at the house. When they come back, they talking like somebody else's kids or somebody else raised them. The man coming, he like, nah, man, like them kids is bad. You done show me you can't do this type. I'm not marrying you. And then you be like, but I want to be married, blah, blah, blah. He come give you a cheap ring because the pressure he giving you, you couldn't handle, but he still married you, but he showed it to you in the reflection of the rings y'all get. A lot of y'all be like, y'all, why he give me this cheap ring? It could be a reflection of you. And also could be the fact that you was maintaining the house. You didn't have enough answer to all the questions. You didn't have enough information to give him so that he could be more successful in his growth. You didn't bring awareness. You didn't cheer on. You didn't show and put the pressure on him to be his best self. So he just got a 9 to 5 at Walmart. And that 9 to 5 at Walmart got you a cubic zirconium. Yeah, he love you. Yeah, he want to marry you, but the pressure you put on him was what? A cubic zirconium level. This is a lot of the things that y'all be going through. The pressure you put on others and the pressure you can handle is actually the same, because you can't pressure somebody to do something that you ain't even pressured yourself to do. You haven't even decided how to get undepressed, and you want to go tell somebody don't jump off a cliff. Both y'all jumping off the cliff at the end of the day because the pressure is while we living. Both y'all asking the same thing. You can't pressure somebody if with a different amount of pressure if you haven't even experienced that pressure or going through that pressure. I can't pressure no billionaire into what to do with his billion money if I ain't never been a billionaire. It's just what it is, because you're not in their shoes. You're not in their understanding. So to tell some man or some woman about their relationships and, girl, don't marry him, he gave you a cheap ring. You ain't even got a ring or a man, or you ain't got a ring or a woman, and you out here trying to put pressure on other people, and you find out that you can't even give them that type of information because you ain't never had that type of pressure put on you. And that's why listening to your friends about relationships is trash, especially when they not in a position. Married women should only really have married friends. I'm saying what I said because if you surrounded by single women, they gonna fall off because you got married pressure. If if you single and you trying to hang out with married women, you either gonna end up married or you gonna fall off because that pressure different. Like they gonna keep ditching you because they got things to do. Like they pressure's higher. You gonna ditch them because you pressure to just enjoy your life, right? And they gonna be like, nah, sit at the house, let's enjoy this, that, and other business. And you gonna be like, nah, that's too much pressure. I got a life to live. You gonna fall off. The system of pressure is based on how much you willing to take. What's your limits? If you don't understand your limits, then we talked about that earlier last week when we talked about attachment and acceptance. It brought us to understanding our limits. And if you don't understand your limits, how can you understand the amount of pressure you can take? Because that pressure, it get hard sometimes, and you just be like, yo, I thought I could take it or I could take enough of it, but this a lot, yo. And you fall off. Some of y'all get depressed, some of y'all get overwhelmed, some of y'all get impressed and exceed past the level of the pressure. It's so much going on. The question is, what is past a diamond? What mineral is past a diamond, yo? And then that'll show you who you are. Cause some of y'all is like, nah, I'm not worth just a diamond. I keep the pressure on me. Like I don't care about the ring. I'm keeping the pressure on me. That's where I'm at. Like I don't care about the ring or the diamond, yo. There's something better out there that's more solid, more grounded, more useful, more attainable, but still rare. It's limitless type shit. I don't run around here striving for the ring, you know. I'm striving for something you can't even replace, even if you lost it. A lot of y'all be like, I got a ring, but if you drop that ring at the park, are they gonna just buy you another ring, or you gonna search for that same ring after 2 years, after 1 year, you ain't found it? You just gonna buy a new ring. So that ring right there already is replaceable and ain't really worth your level. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. It ain't worth that ring, ain't worth my level, because it's replaceable. They got that song. Beyonce sang that song to y'all. Y'all all were bleeded too. Um, irreplaceable. No, how the song go? She was like, y'all, all y'all is replaceable. And I was like, if y'all sing that mess, y'all finding yourselves a man who gonna replace y'all, finding yourself a woman who gonna replace you. You putting that energy out there to say, you can be replaced at any point. So when they marry you or you marry them, you already telling them, just like them rings is replaceable. So you placing that spell on yourself to be pushed aside at some point. I can't be replaced. Once I'm gone, people be searching for me still to this day. Like, I done up and jump countries. You can't come get me. I'm gone. Like, I got people who stalk me. I got people who chase me. I got business people who stalk me, watch me, and try to predict what I'm doing in my business, even though I cut them off. Yeah, I my level is irreplaceable. You can't give it a ring. You see what I'm saying? You can't smash it and make 1 billion diamonds and give it one to each person. Once you smash me under pressure, you say I'm not giving this to nobody, yo. This right here, no, this is mine. At the end of the day, that's all I want to talk about that part. So, Chocolate, you had anything to build from there?
Yeah, I agree with you, with understanding your limit of pressure and how a lot of people can't take it. They can't take a lot of pressure. Myself, I do well with pressure. I can handle a high level amount of pressure. And I got benefit of experience. So, I know that I can handle a lot of pressure just from, things that I've been through that put a lot of pressure on me and I got through it. You know what I mean? And I work good under pressure. Not that I procrastinate and wait for things to be, close to the deadline, but you know how it is. Sometimes deadlines creep up on you and you still got stuff to do for a project. So I work good under pressure and I'm still clear under pressure too. I'm not like one of those people who panic under pressure or nothing like that. But, people who do fold under pressure, you know, they quitters. They typically quit because the pressure is too much and so they fall into escapism. And I talked about that before about how you be so overwhelmed with something and you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to face it, so you just go off into la la land doing everything else except for facing that problem, you know. And so when you look at the level of how much pressure you could take, you really got to take an assessment of where you at and work on building it. Because if you can't take no pressure, then you ain't going to be able to push through to your greatest potential. You ain't going to be able to be no diamond or nothing. Like, you'll really just live a mediocre, unfulfilled life because you have to have pressure to move you on to the next point. A lot of people don't even change their lives until they hit rock bottom. Just think about that. Like, you got to hit rock bottom to finally say, wait a minute, you know what I mean? This ain't working, right? So it's got to be some people, they can handle a great deal of pressure, right? So you got to see where you are, gauge where you are, and work on building up the pressure. But work on building up the pressure for things that's going to push you to be your better self, not things that's going to drag you down or bring you down, right? I mean, you got to go through that pressure. You got to go through these tests, and you gotta pass them. You know what I mean? You got to get through them. Like they say, what is the saying? A soldier never knows his true strength without a foe, or without a foe, a soldier never knows his true strength. Like, that's what you need. You gotta go through these tests and have that pressure on you to see if you can make it to the next level, or are you gonna fold? What you gonna do?
That's right. I agree with you. And you gotta put people under pressure a lot. It's not like you just accept anybody into your circle inside your folds. You know what I'm saying? A fold is a crease inside a plane. So when you crease something and something in that fold, it be in there for a while until somebody unfold it. And it's like a flower. You put a flower in a book, it'll stay looking like it's the same color, same flower, just smashing the book for long periods of time, years even. And until somebody open it up and mess with it, it's gonna stay just like it was under that pressure. You got to put the pressure on people. And when it comes to me, like people show up and they want to be part of my inner circle, I put mass pressure on them. Like I put the best pressure I could put on them and then ask them, you still want to be here? And they be like, yeah, I put more pressure on them. People be talking about, Jojo, I want you to do work for me. You can't handle the work I do. They say, yes, I can. Nah, you can't, because if I do your work, you need to promote it and show it and keep it up like I did it. If you don't keep it up, and you talking about, and it's ugly, say expecting me to make a book, right? I make a book, the cover beautiful, the product beautiful, the texture wonderful to touch, it's stable, it's solid. You get the book from me, you telling everybody, JoJo helped me create this book, she put it together, this, that, and the other, but you just throw it around in the backseat of your car, your kid is playing with it, and then when you hand it to somebody, JoJo made this book for me, it's all rung down and they can't even see it for the beauty. That's like, I don't want that. I don't want nobody that's gonna just take my work and just put it like that and then show people, when people look at it, they can't see the whole full beauty. I need somebody to be like, JoJo made this book for me. I keep it steady because the value is heavy. I keep it nice and fresh. I keep it on this shelf away from hands of sticky children. I keep it on this level, right? That's the type of pressure I want. But I meet people who ain't there, and I'll put the pressure on them so they can get there. And then they be like, yo, this a lot of pressure, yo. And I'm like, yeah, because I believe in you. You can be your best self. And some people be like, I don't know, being my best self is hard. So they fold, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm okay with it. We just can't do no business no more. It's as far as I can go with it, because I'm looking for people who put the pressure on themselves. Like I can put the pressure on you just for so long until you start saying, you know what, I get what you're saying, and then you start putting your own pressure on yourself. You start getting your own goals reach through your own energy and your own awareness and your own understanding. That's why I always be telling people, y'all see what I'm doing. I know you want to do what I'm doing, and you can take a couple of things I'm doing and apply it to yourself. But my goal is not for you to mimic me. My goal is not for you to reflect me. My goal is for you to see what I'm doing, be aware of it, implement it with yourself, and put the pressure upon yourself. Don't sit over here and wait for me to do something so you can repeat it. The pressure I'm putting on myself can't be mimicked by you, because you don't know the amount, type, or how heavy that pressure is that I'm putting on myself to get there. You just see the results. When you see the results something, you try to mimic it, it's rare that you can actually get the actual same results, because the amount of pressure that another person, being, or thing is getting to get to that level ain't the same. It's like back in the day when people had farm, and they were growing crops. We're gonna go with corn, and their corn stacks were producing 6 or 7 corns per a stick. And this meant they were always out there checking their crop, checking for bugs, tending the soil, hand picking the weeds out. But now in 2024, the robots is doing it. People using just water instead of soil. They don't hand pick the weeds. They spray the chemicals on it. They corn don't get 5 and 6 per stick. They get 2 or 3 per stick, and only at the top. But they got more space to do it, so they getting less haul and using less work than the person that did it back in the day, who was getting more from with more work, because the pressure that they gave themselves was, I want the best to come out of my crop, compared to what we got now is, I just want some crop to sell. Whatever I get is what I got to sell, and then that's it. The difference, it's the same aspect, the same results. You getting corn, but the pressure different, and the pressure produce a different amount of a different grain, of a different way of the growth. And that right there is the example that I'm trying to show y'all. You can have the same results, but increase the pressure, increase the growth, meaning the pressure will increase the work will increase the pressure. How much can you take is up to you. When you say, okay, okay, uncle, I can't no more, it's up to you. Sometimes you can just increase the pressure, say, yo, that's heavy pressure, and you can back off the pressure, but still apply a certain amount of pressure. No, nobody say just release all the pressure. That's like going underwater, and you going deep and deeper in the water, and the water pressure is getting onto your lungs. If you was just to release the pressure immediately, you would blow up and die, right? But if you gradually release the pressure as you coming up or going down, you're able to live. You releasing full force off of you is gonna harm you. So learn how to release the pressure slowly and gradually over time. Don't just be out there just fuck it and then just release it. That's why you end up killing people. That's why you end up with wrecks. That's why you end up losing friends, families, losing opportunities, losing increase, because you've released all of the pressure at once. You at a 9 to 5 job, and that job telling you, I need for you to watch 3 people, and you watching these 3 people, and over time you just like, this too much pressure. And you just say, boss man, I don't want to watch 3 people. He gonna say, all right, then don't watch nobody. Now your paycheck is cut, right? Instead, you can say, hey, boss man, I like that you believe in me, but can you give me 2 people instead of the 3? He can say, you know what, all right then, because you gave him some option to how much pressure to release from you. When you just say I don't want to do it, and you release all the pressure, you lose out. You harming yourself. That's a level, yo. And that's what bringing us to the topic, yo, being aware how much pressure you can take. If you don't know how much pressure you can take, when you go to your boss or you go to your people or you go to your work or you look at the work you're doing, and you don't know how much pressure you can take, you can literally take more pressure or less pressure and not know it. You could be sitting out there saying, I could have a little bit more pressure, but you be feeling overwhelmed, and you just like, if only I got a little bit more pressure, you could have succeeded to the next level. But because you don't know the amount, you unaware of that, and you just quit. And then when you quit, you was just at the gate, but you didn't know it, because you just quit because you're not aware of the level of how much pressure you can take. Y'all, it's a hot day today, y'all. I gotta tell y'all the truth. I can't be here too long, y'all. Um, I just really want to drop and touch base with y'all and let y'all know about that topic that came to my heart and understanding. Understand the amount of pressure you in, and press yourself to get there. Sister Chocolate, is there anything you want to talk about what I talked about just now? Or anything you want to talk about, let the people know about anything, really, because it's open. It's open mic for
Yes, indeed. No, I don't have nothing to add to that. I mean, you pretty much covered pressure on so many different levels, even in relationships and whatnot. Um, and I got a few things that I gotta do, so I'm gonna be hopping off here. I know you wrapping it up, so just a couple reminders for the week. Tomorrow I'm going to do a productivities tools to show y'all how I am monetizing my Telegram. And then on Wednesday, there will be a Words of Wellness. Just make sure y'all following me at Virgo Sun and Soil so you can get the notification. I'm not sure exactly what time I'm going to be in. I'm going to try to be in at 1, but I might not be able to. So just make sure y'all listening for the notification, looking out for it. Um, Thick and Cap Thought has moved to the Fountain app, so we'll have our episode number 1 on Thursday uploaded, and y'all can listen in and check that out. Again, over there on the Fountain app, my supporters can gift me portions of Bitcoin, and you can also stack some sats while you're listening to podcasts over there. So make sure y'all join me over there. Follow me at Golds Mind. That's GOLDSMIND. And then we'll be back on Friday for Financial Freedom Friday at 5 p. EST. And that's all for me. Y'all keep sowing and growing and be well.
y'all heard it there. Join us here on Stereo. We got multiple things going on. For me, we still doing the Forest Restoration Project, Conservation Act 2024, bringing awareness of the space and the understanding on what the soil is doing, what the world is doing, what the air that you breathe is doing, what the water you drink is doing, what the trees you eat from is doing, and how you can continue to be your best self and grow. How are we doing this? You're gonna have to go to the link here on my stereo and figure that out. Y'all, I got to get up out of here. Peace be upon all y'all who are living here. I'm gonna be back Monday next time on stereo. We're gonna be here for Sowful Tunes every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Join us here. Plug in, like, share, hit the notification button so that you can be more aware of when we go in here, time zones, all that. Y'all gotta get up out of here. Peace be upon y'all. Y'all stay soulful.